Hello, you're watching DIY Reptiles, and this is my 125-gallon community fish and turtle tank. And I'm going to be talking about one of the easiest plants I have worked with through my years in the aquarium hobby. I haven't been keeping plants in my aquariums for like a super long time, or I haven't been good at it at all. I'm not even good at it now, but I've had some success, and that is keeping the plants alive at this point. And this is one of the easiest plants that I have, and that is the hornwort. So that is this stuff up at the surface here, floating around, and then it's also that, and it's extremely easy to grow. So I started out with it in my 55-gallon community tank, then I upgraded. My 55-gallon was down there, now it's up here. And while it was in my 55-gallon, it covered the surface. Like it went everywhere. And the cool thing about hornwort is that it doesn't have any roots, so you can't actually plant it, which actually kind of sucks, actually, because it kind of just like floats around, and I am not very good at placing it around the aquarium, and it kind of ends up doing this type of deal, which is kind of annoying, but it's all right because it's super easy to grow and it adds a bunch of greenery to your aquarium, which is fantastic because it's just really easy. I don't have any type of, like, I don't think I need to say this, but I don't have any type of like fertilizer or CO2 or anything like that going into my aquarium. I've never done anything like that. I literally have a shop light on it and like 28 fish in here. That's just about it. There's a bunch of minnows and koi catfish, and like I said, this is a community turtle tank as well, so turtles will be going in here, and that's when I'll take the hornwort out and all the other plants out, sadly, because turtles go bonkers for plants and they eat them and destroy them. So I'll just have all these tons of the terrestrial, or I guess in this case semi-aquatic plants growing out of the filter. These are the peace lily, wandering Jew, this bamboo. It's not proper, it's lucky bamboo, so it's not technically a bamboo. It's some type of other plant, I forget exactly, but it's not technically bamboo. And then I believe that's it for this. There might be some pothos or some philodendron in there somewhere. And then I have this pothos growing out of the top here. So we have a bunch of pothos plants, and then we have the anubias and algae. I think this is hair algae, I believe. I really like the look of it. It grows everywhere. There's also what I think is called string algae. You can see right there. That's something that came with the hornwort, I believe, from where I bought it, or it came with some other, somebody gave me some plants, and I believe that that's what happened there. And then I have moneywort and a Italian Vallisneia, I believe. So that's what I have in this tank, and then I have frogbit and duckweed up on the surface, and that's what I would also consider one of the easiest plants that I have worked with, is duckweed and frogbit. So that's really cool. I started off with like 3 pieces of frogbit, and there's now tons of them. And then obviously there's tons and tons of duckweed, to the point that I actually have to remove it quite often. And I do remove the hornwort because it just grows and grows and grows. I remove it every once in a while, and I throw it into my pond, and then I don't know what happens from there. I think the turtles might eat it. I don't even know if it's turtle safe, but if they don't eat it, then it grows in there, because it's so easy to grow. Like there's the Nubius, and I guess my reasoning for thinking it's like the easiest plant is because I can grow it and I don't do anything. I just have it in my aquarium and it just takes off and it just grows and grows and grows. So I'm not super satisfied that currently it's all over the aquarium. I really want it to be sticking up like that, and when I set this aquarium up, it was sticking up like that. I had a bunch coming out right here, and then a bunch in that corner, and then like some back there, and then like here as well. As you can see, there's like no light there, and that's because of this, the basking area for the turtles. And I think at this point the turtles will do very well in this aquarium, because I wasn't completely sure on it right off the bat because I didn't have a whole lot of filtration, but now I have big canister filter and then a hang-on back filter and 2 sponge filters as well. I think that the turtles will do very well in here. But back to the plants. I had them sticking up like that, and it kind of covered up the back, and it looked really nice, but now that they're up top, I don't really like that, and I've tried to fix it, but it didn't stay very long, so I don't know what I'll do there. But it'll be interesting to see how this aquarium does once I take out all of these aquatic plants, and there's just the moss, and then, like I said, the semi-aquatic plants growing up there. Be very interesting. What I'm going to do is I will set up some 10 gallons and put the aquatic plants in there. I have some of these fish I want to breed. So you can see the rosy red minnow back there. Yeah, it has a ton of eggs, but the eggs for some reason aren't hatching in here. So I'm assuming that's because it is a community fish tank and there's a bunch of other fish. So I think if I just had it in with with a female of its species in a 10 gallon, then it'll breed for me. So that's the plan there, and that's why I'm gonna have probably the Nubius will go in with it, and then I have another pretty large Nubius right there, and then I have 2 others that I took off from those, and I've had those Nubius plants for like years, and I've only gotten two things off of it, which is all right, but they've grown a lot bigger than when I first got them. And then I'll probably have this. This is actually a pot underneath the soil. So, I mean, underneath the rocks here. So there's the rocks, and then there's a clay pot with some aquarium soil. Actually, it's just topsoil that I put rocks over, so that's its whole deal. And it will be going into a 10 gallon as well. And then I'll fill up a 10 gallon with hornwort. I might even try the hornwort outside someday. I'm not exactly sure. I think I want to do like fish summer tubbing, because right now I have all my turtles outside, and I did that last year as well. But I think next year or even later this year, I don't know the plans exactly, but I might try to breed some fish outside. We'll see though. I don't know if I'm skilled enough to do that. I've been keeping fish for, like I said, years at this point, but I would never say I'm like really great at it. I'd say just recently I got like pretty good. So I've had the 55 gallon that was set up for quite a while, and the fish kind of always seem to do really, really well in there. And I learned a lot about fish tanks, and I know a lot about fish tanks, so that's kind of my deal with aquariums. Plus, I like reptiles better, and reptile videos do better, so I generally do videos about the reptiles rather than the fish. But this is an aquarium plant, hornwort, very easy to grow. I've grown it in this tank, I've grown it in that tank, I've grown it in my pond, and I'll probably try it outside more in like a better system going there where it won't get torn up by turtles. But hornwort's very easy to grow, and it's very fun to have, I think. And what's kind of interesting is that it's native on every continent, and I don't know if it's properly native or if it's just, I wouldn't even see how it could be moved everywhere. It must be native everywhere, because I could literally go to my, like a local, not stream, but like a local lake, literally just down the road from my house, and you find hornwort in there. So that's pretty cool. It's literally everywhere. So that's very neat as well, and that's just a testament to how easy it is to grow. So if you want a plant that you don't have to worry about it dying, get hornwort. It's very easy. So I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you did, like it down below. If you have any comments or concerns, in the comments below. And if you want more content, then subscribe. Have a fantastic day.